So welcome back to the channel. We're here at Big Bear Bikes in Pickering, North Yorkshire, North Yorkshire's biggest independent bike shop. And I'm here with Al.
Hello, how you doing? You all right?
And today we're taking a look at this. It's Trek's 2024 Gen 4 Trek Rail. So Al, what is Rail for those that don't already know?
Rail's basically Trek's full fat e-mountain bike. So it is just their halo product. Been around for years now. Got all the best reviews, and if you're in the market for a full-size e-bike and you just want to go anywhere and do anything, definitely something to consider.
And in the world of e-bikes, this is the one that gives you that e-bike smile. It's big power.
Oh yeah, full power.
And it's got a big battery.
Yeah, so it's got Bosch's top motor, the Performance CX, so top power, and then this is the carbon one, so it's got the big battery, so 750 battery in there.
So we'll get into specs in a minute, but let's just talk about who Rail's for then. What kind of people are buying Rail?
Everyone now, honestly, it is really broad. I mean, the base bike is set on like an enduro sort of style bike, so it is really designed for pointing downhill and being comfortable and confident off-road, but doesn't mean you can't just go for a nice 50-mile adventure ride, you know, off-road, but doesn't have to be too technical. You can just be on, you know, the local lanes, trails, and like moorland, what we have around here. It's great for it all. So yeah, really kind of broad bike. And
what kind of riding are people doing then? So you mentioned trail riding, so I'm up at Dalby Forest.
Yeah, I mean, we have a big trail centre on our doorstep, so trail riding is the biggest scene around here. So, you know, like your red route, your blue route, you're not too technical, but that's what we're finding people getting into it, wanting to get more confident on the bike, explore, so e-bikes are great for that. But then if you're coming from that enduro background and you've got maybe more technical minded, or you want to go adventure some of the steeper stuff, the more technical trails, this bike's designed for that sort of riding.
Obviously we just put Robbie Dowson on this bike.
Yeah, so we've one of our supported athletes who does enduro racing. In previous years he's just transferred to race e-bikes, so he's going to be doing electric enduro bike racing, so that's a really exciting thing for us this year. And yeah, it just goes to show that even in the enduro race scene, people are wanting to race these bikes, so just goes to, it's a proven fact that they ride well.
So you mentioned the word confidence there a couple of times. This bike is based in terms of geometry on the Slash,
roughly
the previous Slash. So what are the features that will give a rider confidence on the Rail?
So there's three key things really: geometry of the bike, suspension travel, and then nowadays 29er wheels really, that's a big thing. So the geometry of this bike is quite slack, so a slack geometry does give you confidence when riding downhill, because the way it sits your body position on the bike, it sits you back further, so you know when you're going down something steep you're in the right position. On top of that, you've obviously got suspension travel, so you've got a lot of suspension travel that will absorb big, you know, drops, jumps, or just technical features. It'll give you that confidence to ride harder because you've got that suspension underneath you doing the work. And then modern bikes now, most of them are 29-inch wheels, so the bigger wheel, which then just rolls over obstacles a lot better, more efficient. A new thing that is coming into a lot of bikes now is a mullet wheel setup. So we have touched on this before. So I actually ride mullet wheels on my bike. Basically that's the big wheel at the front, so 29er on the front, but you put a 27.5 in the back, which helps with handling of the bike. So when you turn in, makes it a bit faster. It is compatible on this bike. So if you want to do that on the new Gen 4 rails, and Gen 3s as well, you can put a mullet back wheel in them.
So if you're like me and you just want to ride a great mountain bike, as it is an amazing thing. If you're like you and you like a little bit of racing, you're a little bit more technically minded and you want to customize the bike,
bit more agility,
you've got those choices.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So from a Rail point of view, where's the range start and finish?
So they do aluminium models in Rail and carbon fibre models. So they do 3 models of aluminium. So it starts with the Rail 5, and then you've got Rail 7 in the middle and up to Rail 9, which is, they're all the same platform, all the same frame, same battery size and same motor. So you're getting the top motor in there. And then as you go up the spec, basically just specification of the bike, so suspension, wheels, components get a little bit better as you go up the range. And then again in the carbon models they do the exact same sort of philosophy, like a 9.5, a 9.7, 9.9, and basically that's the carbon version of the aluminium spec, but with a carbon frame.
Sure, so I'm getting the same frame but carbon fibre, but then I'm raising the spec the higher up the numbers I go.
Yeah, so with the new Gen 4 rails, the big difference actually with the carbon bikes is you get the bigger battery. So in the aluminium bikes you only get the 625 battery. When I say you only get, that is more than enough for most people.
What's that mean in real world terms from a range point of view with a 600?
I mean, realistically, 60 miles.
60 miles,
probably.
Okay. That's more than most people do, isn't it, on a mountain bike?
I would say so.
Yeah.
You know, I never go out and do 60 miles, and even if I had a bike that would do it, I still would probably not go do that many miles.
Yeah.
So if you're riding 60 miles, you're out all day. You're out 4 or 5 hours. Easy.
But on the carbon fibre Gen 4,
they put the 750 battery, so it's something that obviously people have asked for, is the bigger batteries. I suppose it gives you a bit more confidence to go and explore without worrying that you're going to run out of battery. So there's a bit of the confidence thing. Again, it adds a little bit of weight. But yeah, so the carbon bikes only have the big battery, so they only come with 750, and then the aluminiums are 625 at the minute.
Cool. And if I wanted to get on a rail at all, what's an entry price roughly?
So for the 5, they start at about the £4,000 mark.
Okay.
So, you know, that is for a full whack electric enduro mountain bike.
From Trek. I'm presuming with Trek you're getting that same lifetime frame warranty that you get across all the non-e-bikes?
You do, yeah. And then backed up by Bosch. You know, Bosch are really highly regarded within the e-bike world, if not at the top. And you're getting Bosch's best motor, big battery, all the support from them, your 2 years warranty on all electrics.
And one of the best brands in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, fantastic. So this isn't a 5,
no,
this is a 9.8.
Yeah, so you're almost at the top of the tree here.
Okay.
Meaning carbon frame, big battery, and pretty high spec components as well.
So let's walk through the specification of the bike. Let's start where you are. Let's start at the back of the bike and look at the group set.
Yeah, so electric gears, this is a really nice feature. So a lot of bikes in the higher kind of categories, electric gears are really popular now. So these are wireless gears. There's no cables operating the shifter. It's all wirelessly synced together, meaning really crisp.
If people are looking on the internet and going, how do I know if it's got electric gears or not, what they're looking for?
So it's SRAM that do it, and it's called Axis, so AXS, and that is SRAM's wireless gear setup. For the keen viewers, you might see this little cable and say that's got cables. This is actually quite a nice little idea that they've done. Because it's normally got a battery built in here, you have to take the battery off and charge it up. But with this being an e-bike, it's got a big e-bike battery. So they've just put a little cable, fed it into the e-bike battery. So then you don't have to worry about charging your gears. It runs off the e-bike battery.
Less to think about.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So it's still nice and slick, but on the cockpit, on the handlebars, you've got a nice, no wires. So pretty sleek looking.
Really nice. So I'm guessing we've got a dropper poster standard anyway. You've mentioned the carbon frame.
Yeah.
What are we running in terms of suspension?
Yeah, so pretty premium suspension. So it's RockShox's latest Zebs on the front, and their Super Deluxe rear shock. So kind of enduro. Well, it's for enduro riding really.
What travel have you got?
So 160 on the front, 160 mil, and then 150 mil travel on the rear, which is pretty like enduro trail bike. It's quite a lot of travel really. But you know, top suspension platform. You'll find the Zebs in EWS, enduro racing. All the top riders use those.
I think as well, like, in the past you just said like adding the bigger suspension, you're adding weight, and therefore it's getting a bit more soft as well as a ride.
Yeah.
But with the battery, with the power, it's just not really a thing, is it? So,
no.
So if you just want to have the big suspension, you want the look, you want the feel, you want the option to ride the bigger, gnarlier trails, you can do that with confidence, can't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, e-bikes at the end of the day, they are a lot heavier than normal bikes.
Yeah.
To pick them up, they're not the lightest. But when you jump on it and ride it,
don't feel that way.
Not at all. No,
and if anything, that way, I think the bike feels really planted. So you talked about confidence earlier on, and I think that extra weight adds to that personally.
Yeah, I think it's actually a great feature.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to maybe do more technical riding and you haven't maybe got much of a background into it, jumping on one of these will give you so much more confidence, and you'll feel like you want to go at trails and do a bit more maybe scary stuff, because these are so confidence inspiring, they just make you want to go do more.
That's what a great bike does, right? Encourages you to go and ride.
Exactly.
So okay, so moving up the bike, one of the big pieces obviously and changes for the Gen 4 bike you mentioned was the controller setup for
so obviously this is the 4th generation of rail, so it's been around for a few years now and it's obviously progressed. The latest Gen 4s have got the new smart system setup from Bosch, so that's basically meaning you can connect your phone, you can get the Bosch app, and you can connect it to the bike, and you can actually tune your power settings. So you can really tailor it to how much power you want in each different mode, which is a nice feature. It gives everyone that personal touch. They've done away with screens on the Gen 4 stuff, so they've taken screens off the bike, I think to kind of make you focus on riding more. You're not
it's a
looking
lot
down.
cleaner, isn't it? There's less to think about.
It is. It's all built in now into the frame, a real small controller on the handlebar, and it's all all just colour coded, so nice LED, just clean, crisp display, showing you what mode you're in, just nice little LED colours. And then if you want to look at data for how far you've got left on your range or how far you've ridden, you can just whack your phone out, jump on the app, and it's got it all there.
Yeah.
So
you can
really
probably
nice.
hear some banging. This is a busy bike shop. The workshop's heaving today. The customers are in the shop, so excuse us for that, but bear with us. So looking ahead here, then we've got carbon bars. Really nice. It looks fantastic.
Because it's nearly the top of the tree, they've just finished it with nice stuff.
Yeah.
So electric gears, carbon bars, carbon frame, top suspension, you know, a decent wheel set, and you know, proper tyres. So it's kitted out, ready to go.
Yeah.
You could attack anything on this.
Yeah, it's a fantastic looking bike.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, guys. Al's put some Bergtech on this just to finish it off. It looks really, really well in this great colour. But the Trek rail, it's here. It's in the shop now at Big Bear Bikes in Pickering. I'm guessing you've got a pretty broad range. In fact, I can see every colour lined up next to me.
We've got every model in every size, so if you want to come and try anything, we're always here, friendly team, and more than welcome to come and test ride any of the bikes and just chat our ears off.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things we really believe in is you've got to find yourself on that right bike, and test riding it's a part of that. So
yeah, absolutely, it's key.
Check it out online by all means, but then get yourself down to the shop here in Pickering. Come and see Alistair, come and see the team, and they'll help you out. Look out for more reviews. Please like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, follow us on our channel. Al's mentioned visit the shop. Of course, you might want to test ride these bikes in a more robust way, and you can do that at our hire centre, Dolby Forest Cycle Hub up in Dolby Forest. Hope you've enjoyed that. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Cheers.